Good morning. On today's update, the left is evil. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks. Bye. No, seriously. You may have noticed over the weekend that most of the flags around the country were lowered to half-staff in honor of Charlie Kirk. Okay, President Trump ordered that all flags on federal buildings and government buildings be lowered to show respect for the man. But you didn't notice this if you were in LA. The mayor of LA, Karen Bass, made a different order. She refused to let any flags be displayed as an honor of respect to Charlie Kirk. And this is why they're evil. She didn't have to do this. She could have literally just done nothing for a couple of days, let the flags be, and moved on with her life. But she couldn't help herself. She had to create an order and refused to lower the flags as a sign of honor and respect. But they can't. They can't help themselves. The left, the liberals, they're just demons. I mean, tell me a different reason why she would have done this. Name any other reason. The left is evil, and everyone can see it now. And that's the problem. They're desperate, they're lashing out, and this is what makes them crazy dangerous. They're losing. They know they're losing, and they're showing how evil they are. You can see it. I dare you to go on TikTok and watch all these demons just celebrating the death of a good man. Oh, and they may disagree with his opinions. And for that, they think the punishment is death, having a wrong opinion. We've been trying to tell you this for years. And like, no, they're just different. They're evil. They're straight evil. They're bad people, and they're never going to change because they can't. And Mayor Karen Bass is a perfect example of how they're just bad people at this point. There's no saving them. There's no convincing them. Well, if you try to talk with them, you know what the punishment is? Ask Charlie Kirk's widow. She told you. Having the wrong opinion around a leftist is dangerous. So there you go. There you go. They're evil. They're just straight evil. And while we're on this topic, there's another guy I heard a comment from the other day. I'm pretty sure it was Phil Labonte from Timcast the other day. And he said something that really stuck with me. It stuck with me for a couple of days. He said the left thinks violence is like a dial, a knob. And you can turn it up and you can turn it down as you need to, like CNN. You know, the rhetoric's getting hotter, and then boom, something happens. Charlie Kirk died, was assassinated. And then they're like, whoa, turn the dial down a little bit, turn the dial down. That's how the left sees violence, something you can control by ramping it up and toning it down, and it's going to be okay. But the right doesn't see violence as a knob or a dial. They see it as a switch. It's either off or on. And that hit me really hard. What a great comment. Because I think it's on. And that should be terrifying to the left. Now you're seeing all these people getting doxxed and getting fired and losing their jobs. And oh no, what am I going to do? I said a comment and I got canceled. I thought you guys didn't like cancel culture. Well, you changed the rules. You made cancel culture a thing, and now we're going to play by your rules, and you're not going to like it. And this thing with Karen Bass in LA about refusing to let the flags show honor, this may have consequences. Maybe not to her inner circle, and maybe not to her directly, but things are going to change now. And you can see it. There's another thing that happened over the weekend. 2.1 million people changed their voting status from Democrat to something else. They unregistered as Democrat. 2.1 million people. Now, on the other side of that, 2.4 million people signed up to be new Republicans. And you might be thinking to yourself, hold on a minute, that math ain't mathin'. 2.1 left and 2.4 gained the Republican side? Yeah, it kind of makes sense. Anybody that was sitting on the fence, they see this. They see the evil now. They're like, oh, I can't be a Democrat. And I don't want to be an independent because now Republicans are the right way forward. So more people are switching and signing up and openly being Republican now, which is something that should worry them a little bit. It won't, because they're evil, but it should. And another thing why the number is higher for registered Republicans than people leaving the Democrat Party is because of Christians. Now, Christians notoriously are not a large voting bloc for some reason. They kind of just mind their own business, is what my theory is. But now, because Charlie Kirk was such a incredibly devoutly religious man, and they realize now that if someone like him can be assassinated for having the wrong opinions, well, that kind of rings a certain kind of bell in the deep Christian community, where that they've seen the martyrs before, and they've seen what this does, and they know they have to speak up. So now they're like, well, guess I'm going to declare openly that I'm a Republican now. I think that's why we're getting so many of them. So this is going to be a very, very interesting voting season. I think the Republican Party as a whole has just grown a spine for some reason. And this is going to be interesting. All right, it's a quick video for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks much. Bye-bye.